Hello, everybody. We are live and we are ready to rock and roll here as we're talking about the Business Builders Summit today, which is coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, April 27th to 29th. And if you want to attend, you register for the summit. Up at the top there, you'll see that there is a QR code, and that will take you right to the registration for the summit. And when you register, you get a bunch of free gifts from the speakers. So you definitely want to do that. And you can come and go from the summit as much as you want. I have with me today Alan, who is going to be one of the speakers at the summit. We're going to talk a little bit about what the Business Builder Summit will do for us. And maybe Alan will be happy to share a little bit more about what he's going to be talking about. So Alan, you're going to be at the Business Builders Summit. So how excited are you? Are you excited to be there, Alan, for the Business Builders Summit? I think all of a sudden he is frozen. Okay, awesome. Just jump in when you're ready, Alan. Are you able to talk?
Oh, gosh.
So how excited are you about the Business
Sorry,
Builders
what was
Summit?
the question?
Well, tell us about what you're going to be talking about. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so my conversation would be in and around about how we actually don't leave work at work. We're not as good at separating business and personal life as we think we are. So it's all about navigating the landscape between how we perform at work, what we keep with us when we bring home, and how much of that we show up with and we carry into our family relationships, and how much our relationships at home can actually suffer because we are not leaving work at work. So truth be told, the whole premise of it is essentially we aren't as good at separating work and personal as we think we are, especially as people who are entrepreneurs and they're constantly building their business. And so it's about presence, it's about clarity, it's about developing tools to essentially get better at separating the two, and also having that awareness when you understand that you're not separating the two and being able to communicate that.
Yeah, absolutely. In the Business Builders Summit, some of these, techniques are really important because people are trying to build their businesses. They're trying to live their lives. They got all these things that are going on. And as a result, things aren't growing as fast as they would like to because maybe they're too fragmented or, things aren't lining up for them well. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, and it shows up in many different ways. I mean, the body knows before the brain does. So how many people have woken up at 3 a.m. with spreadsheets on their mind, or they can't sleep because they're stressed about the financial impact that a certain project is having, or there's the lies that we tell ourselves, like, well, I'll be more present when this project is complete, or once I hit this number, I'll slow down a little bit. But the funny thing about that is once you hit that number, there's always another number that you need to hit. There's always another target. Once you finish that project, there's always another project that you are going to start working on because it's your business. It's your source of income. So you're going to continuously want to grow. And so it shows up. It's stress. It's a tight chest. It's headaches, migraines. It's how many entrepreneurs eat lunch at their desk and don't get outside to do anything? It's just this whole encompassing. Your body will tell you, and oftentimes as entrepreneurs, they're really good at just pushing it down and ignoring those signals. And collapse doesn't happen all at once. It's these slow, micro, quiet things. It's 100 decisions stacked up until all of a sudden, most entrepreneurs don't really know that they're crashing until they've actually crashed.
Too busy and not really recognizing the signs. Yeah, that's definitely something that happens. We have all kinds of different speakers that are going to be at the summit. Sinead Richardson is here with us right now. She's been helping us bring some of the speakers on. Sinead, what are some of the speakers that you're excited about seeing coming up into the Business Builders Summit, and how will they help you build your business?
That's a really good question. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the newer speakers. I'm looking forward to seeing, what they have to offer and the different things that they have to talk about, and potentially doing a collaboration with them. As far as like coaches, financial advisors, I'm just really looking forward to seeing how we all can be this collaboration circle to where we can all work together and benefit from one another when it comes to what each of us does and how we can really help like one person with the circle of us and then pay that forward to other people. So I'm just really looking forward to the variety of speakers. I can't even think of a name off the top of my head. I'm just really looking forward to just listening and learning and seeing who I can network with to benefit them and help them with their business as well as myself.
Yeah, well, I was thinking here I could probably share my screen and take us into a few of the people that are actually going to be there. Have a look at that because it's we got quite the lineup actually. So I'll just bring that up here, add this to the stage, and I'm just going to go right into here. Just you guys see that all right now?
Yes.
Okay, so these are some of our awesome speakers. You know, Mikkel Hancock, The Secret to Confidence and Asking for Help. Tiff Loeffler, she's actually going to help you build a beautiful business today, tomorrow, yesterday. She's going to be actually starting out the summit each day with some tips on, you know, positivity and staying present during the summit and, you know, and what you're going to get out of it. So you're going to see her, you know, regularly, and she's going to be hosting a lot on Monday and, well, actually throughout the whole 3 days. Shanae, you're going to be there helping with co-hosting as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And I know that Joshua George is going to be running Tuesday. So there's just a lot of activity going on. You can see here that we've got like Danielle Benson. She is a trainer on speaking. And so she's got some great stuff she's going to be sharing with us. Christine Lang, why you're not getting what you want with your money. That's a great topic. David Sampson's going to be covering your business as a living altar and how to use frequency to gain more success. Lois Wyatt is going to be talking about essential ways that your business should use AI. As you grow a business and start getting more and more successful, you're going to want to know how to structure your business in a way that you get to keep more and spend less in income taxes. So you can see Cliff Morgan is there with advanced structures to reduce your taxes. Vishal is going to be talking about the business and the family and the boardroom. That's kind of cool. That's kind of in league with what you were talking about, right, Alan?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josine, here's one of the new speakers that you were just talking about, Shanae. You know, she's going to talk about what was growing all along and the work that's going on beneath the surface for your business. Pretty cool. Brad Coverdale is going to talk about a full calendar, but you still have an empty paycheck. How do you fix that problem? And we've got some health and wellness people here, like Cecilia Salinas is going to be talking about ADHD and the big vision, turning your passion project into real business. We have marketing experts here like Brandy Cox. It's going to be there. She's going to tell you that duct tape is not a business strategy. Show you how to stop patching and start building and grow like you mean it. So you can see there's lots of really great speakers here, man. I could go on for an hour here on just all the different things that are going to be available to us tomorrow. But, you know, Sherry Hudson, too, another really great one on the subject of AI. She just recently built an AI tool for CIBN that is, it's like a wisdom companion, and every author, coach, influencer is going to want to hear what Sherry Hudson has to say, because it's like this thing that she built for us can live on our website, okay, and then answer for us like it's us when we're not there. And what she has done, it's not just any kind of bot. She's actually taken all of our proprietary information, like books we have written, courses we have done, videos that we have done, and fed it into this. So it answers literally like us. And if you're a coach, or if you're an author, like you're going to love that kind of service for your own business. You know, for that person visit your website and ask a question at 9 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning because they were scrolling. Now it's going to be able to give them the answer that you would give them and bring them back to book an appointment, which is awesome. Awesome. Super. So I know we've had speakers before at these things, and you guys have been meeting some of the speakers. You know, which is who's somebody that you're really excited about hearing what they have to say?
Go ahead, Shanae.
Okay, for me, I would say I'm looking forward to David Sampson when it comes to the energy as far as his business, with how he helps with energy and helping people to really just evolve and grow within themselves. Um, Jacine, who's a new speaker as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how she really can offer so much to everybody personally and professionally. And Tiff Loeffler, just hearing every day what she has to offer, because I believe she will be discussing different topics every single day, which is very exciting and interesting. And those are just a few people to name that I could think of off the top of my head. I'm looking forward to hearing what they have.
Awesome. I know we got some new people in there, and we always are interested to hear what the new people have. But we also got some tried and true ones, like Terry Wildeman is going to be in there, and she always really delivers. Gets people really thinking about how to connect their head and their heart in their decision making, and really move things forward in their business in a way that really aligns with them. So I know she's always been one of the crowd favorites. Ellen, who have you been looking at in there that you're thinking, man, I can't wait to hear that one?
I'm really looking to hear Mikkel talk. I think that his kind of aligns with me. It's a fair bit about vulnerability and understanding what he's got to offer. I'm also looking forward to, who is it here? I've just got the list. Who was doing the business in the boardroom? That was... that one was,
I was just looking at that one. That's down at the bottom.
Yeah,
there.
I'm excited about that one as well. Oh, that'll be Vishal.
Oh, that's Vishal. Vishal,
yeah. Yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting him a couple times in some of these things, so I'm looking forward to what he has to say. This is my first one, so I'm just kind of excited for the all-over experience, and very, very blessed and very fortunate to be a part of all of this and actually have the opportunity to speak at it. I'm very excited for it. And I guess just from my question, and maybe some of the people might have these questions as well, are there going to be things like breakout rooms, or what's kind of the structure of the event?
Yeah, absolutely. There are, like, people are doing their speaking spots, and then in between we have networking, we have breakout rooms. We get them doing some networking exercises. We get them using some of the networking tools that CIBN offers so that they can see how they work on the spot. We have a lot of people booking meetings right from the meeting, right on the spot. And, and then coming back to the speakers, like, there's different subject matters that are covered. Like, for example, we have 3 or 4 experts there on the subject of branding and on the subject of marketing. So, getting the latest techniques, on AI and automation, and also just general marketing strategies that any business could implement right away. Sales is another thing that gets covered at these things, like how to sell. And really that's a very important key piece for many of our business owners. Entrepreneurs often have these great ideas of things they want to do and stuff that these great projects and these wonderful courses and all this stuff, but inevitably we have to be able to sell them. Okay, if we can't sell them, nobody is actually using them and can't appreciate them. And so we all have to learn how to sell. So Christina Jensen is going to be there, sharing some of her intuitive selling techniques, which is really awesome relationship selling. Very, she makes it sound so easy and brings it together in such simple pieces. So that's going to be awesome. I always look forward to hearing what she has to share. And then Vicki James is going to be talking about, how to get clarity and clients faster. And Vicki comes at this from a completely different standpoint, because Vicki is, she's from a financial background, accounting, bookkeeping, that kind of stuff. So the things that she shares, has a totally different perspective than a sales perspective or a marketing perspective or a training perspective, like we train people on things like social media, speaking, and that kind of stuff. So all these people are bringing their expertise to the table, and they're doing it in a way that is really remarkable. It's it's adding new conversations to the mix, and giving us skills and techniques right on the spot. You'll notice that you can register for the summit up above there on the QR code. And the other thing that I would point out is that after you register, it'll say, do you want to buy the VIP? And you don't have to, but if you want to get all the recordings of all the people who are speaking and get a higher level of VIP gift that's offered, because there's free gifts for those who register just for registering, but then there's like consultations and courses, coaching sessions, a variety of things, a course from CIBN. All of that is included in the VIP, as well as the recordings. And we even give you the recordings of our previous summit so that you get a really good mixture of all kinds of information about how to help grow your business from that. So you guys excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So
really am.
absolutely. And so I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for this to come out to begin on Monday.
Yep.
And, Shanae, you had something really awesome there. What do we say to people who they think, well, I don't want to just pop in and pop out because I'm too, I'm afraid that I'd interrupt people. So what do you say to that?
It's gender neutral. So it stands for MTM, which is for the women, multitasker mamas. You can jump in, jump out, have your camera off, still be logged in to the summits, cooking, to running errands, doing whatever you need to do. Just stay tuned in. And for the males, it's multitasking men. You can be running your errands, doing whatever it is you need to do, but just stay logged in so that you can hear all the different people speaking. You might hear something that's very interesting that catches your attention. So where you can go in and say, well, who was that? That's okay, because when you say the chat, you have everybody's information. And if you do VIP, you have the recording so that you can re-listen again. But stay tuned in and still be doing other things just in case you might want to reach out to someone who really has the resources you need.
Yeah, awesome. Any final thoughts you guys got for everybody?
I think that if you have the opportunity to join, and similar to what Shanae said, even if you just leave it recording or just listen to it while you're similar to a podcast, just put it in your headphones and go about what you're doing throughout the day. There's going to be a lot of action-packed stuff in here. There's going to be a lot of good tools, a lot of good speakers. A lot of people have some really good knowledge that comes from different backgrounds. And so they always say, you know what you know what you don't know, but you don't know what you don't know. And so that's going to be a huge part of this, is that you're going to find something that's going to resonate with you no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. Shanae, any final thoughts? What about the relationships they're going to have there?
With that, I think it's a great opportunity to tune in because you're going to network with people that are like-minded like you. And not only that, you're going to meet people that are different. And the difference is what really helps because, it gives you a different perspective, a different way of thinking of things that you never thought of that could benefit you in the long run, personally or professionally. And that's what I'm looking forward to, just meeting the different type of people that I can network with, whether it's a collaboration, whether it's a referral, just building that know, like, and trust, and really just seeing people's different perspectives on things is a very good thing. I call it a gumbo. I consider it a mixture, just a mixture of meeting people, knowing what they have to offer and learning about them and vice versa. So I think it's a great opportunity to mix and mingle.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we find that, people grow together during summit time. They start to, book those appointments, those really important appointments, one-on-one, and really start to, to appreciate their network and start to go deeper in relationship with each other. And we also get to use a lot of the tools that we have at CIBN and put them into practice on the spot. And that is always helpful because, we got some lead generation tools at CIBN where you can book 20 appointments a week, but many of our members, sometimes they don't realize that it's there. They're not using it. So we get into the summit, we start using it together and they're like, oh, this is easy. I could do this. And then it changes their whole, relationship to appointment booking, and it becomes so easy. So drives up their bottom line over the year as well because of what's going on in the summit. So we really look forward to that. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us, what your thoughts are on the summit and what you're going to be talking about. I also am going to be there, of course, and I'm going to be talking about how to build a business, the basics of building a business. And I just want to encourage everyone, use the register for the summit link at the top, the QR code, bring that up, register, get all the gifts, and then come and see us. And you know what? You're not going to regret it. I've had people who they came out for just a little bit and they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then they went and blocked off some time in their calendar and moved a couple of appointments so they could come into the whole thing. And you're not going to regret it if you are there. You're going to book meetings from the meeting right there in the meeting. You're going to hear life-changing information, and we don't hold back anything at CIBN Summit. So you're going to get lots of good stuff that you can implement immediately. So thanks for joining us today, and come out and join us for the summit next week. We're really looking forward to seeing you there. And I'll just get everybody on screen here with me. So let's just say goodbye, everybody. Happy capitalism. We'll see you there at the summit.
Yeah.